Hi there, my name is Justin, and this is Matthew. He's going to be my client for today. I'm going to go through about 4 assessments just to see where he's at with them. So first we're going to do the heart rate. He's actually wearing a polar monitor around his chest, and it comes through on his watch there. So he should be able to get a reading from that. What is your resting heart rate, Matthew?
I am at a 70.
70, all right, perfect. And so this assessment can be done in several ways. Obviously, you could use a heart rate monitor, a stethoscope, or something like that. But another easy way to do it is with my fingers on his wrist here. So I'm just going to take his wrist and put my fingers on his wrist and count for about 10 seconds. Now, Matthew, could you tell me when 10 seconds is over on the watch there? Okay, starting now. Okay, so that is 12 beats there. And so multiplying that by 6, it gives us 72 beats per minute. So his monitor is telling him it's 70. I counted 12 beats per minute, or beats in 10 seconds. And so that gives me 72 beats per minute. So it's somewhere between 70 and 72. And it'll probably bounce around a little bit just as he's sitting around, just because heart rates do that. It's not always going to be the same rate all the time. Okay, so we have Matthew here again, and we're going to be doing his waist circumference. So Matthew's going to take his arms and cross them over his chest, standing with his feet about shoulder width apart, which is you're just a little bit wide there, so bring them in a little bit. Perfect. All right, so now I'm going to take a knee here and wrap this measuring tape around his body here. And so it's going to go over the top of the iliac crest, which should be around here. And so now I'm just going to make sure that it is snug around his body, but also also not indenting his skin. So this looks good to me, and the measurement here is going to be approximately 95.5 centimeters. So that's perfect. Thank you, Matthew. Alright, so we have Matthew here again. He's going to be doing the push-up test. And so his hands are going to be right underneath his shoulders here, which he has a perfect position there. And he's going to start with his feet, with his toes on the ground. And he's going to use his ankles as like a pivoting point. So when he pushes up, that should be the only part really pivoting. So his entire body should just be in a straight line. And we're just going to go until his form breaks, or he's clearly in a lot of pain or something like that. And so Matthew doesn't have any lower back issues or shoulder mobility issues, and so he should be able to do this fairly easily for the first few reps anyway, and then it should get a bit harder after that. We're just going to count how many reps he can do until he breaks, until he has about 2 reps that are a little bit less good. They're a bit shaky maybe, or he's having some difficulty doing them. And so Matthew, can you just start with your push-ups and make sure you go down till your chin touches the floor for them.
Okay.
I'll be watching from the side here. 1, 2. So his back is staying nice and straight, as well as his legs. Okay, so it's getting harder for him, but he's still able to do them with really good form. Okay, now his elbows are starting to turn out, and he actually got onto his knees. So that's going to be it for him. And he finished it off with 22 reps. So we're here again with Matthew, and he's going to be doing the one-legged stance. And so what we're going to do here is he's going to cross his arms over his chest so that his fingertips touch the opposite shoulder. And then while he's doing that, he's going to lift up one leg at a time. And the leg is going to go to about the ankle height of the opposite foot. And so he's going to do this for about 45 seconds maximum, or if he loses balance, he can grab onto the chair here and then the time will be over. Or if he puts his other foot onto the ground. So as soon as you're ready here, I'll just click the start button and you can go ahead whenever you're ready. And I'm not going to talk anymore, just so he can concentrate on his balance here. Alright, perfect. So Matthew is in control for 45 seconds straight there. So that gets him the full score here. Now we're going to try the opposite foot and see what the score is for that one. Just let me know whenever, or just raise your foot whenever you're ready, and I'll start the timer. Perfect, and so that's 45 seconds again. And since he passed both of those rounds, we're going to go on to an eyes closed one. And so he's going to start with his right foot this time, and I'm going to start the timer here again whenever he lifts his left foot up and closes his eyes. Okay, so that was about 3.8 seconds. And so maybe Matthew needs to visualize kind of where the ground is, just to be more familiar with his body's position in space. So now we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to try that one again just to see if it was a fluke here. So just go ahead and try that again and we'll see what happens. Okay, so that's about 4.5 seconds. And so we can kind of conclude that when he has his eyes closed, it is a bit harder for him. Now we're going to do the opposite leg with his eyes closed again. Okay, so that was about 2 seconds. I think he just had a bad start there. We're going to try that one again and see what happens here. Okay, so he has lost control now. I'm glad he didn't fall over. That's a plus. So that was about 6.5 seconds, and so we can see that when his eyes are closed, his times are definitely a lot lower, and his balance is not quite as good. So I'd just like to thank you, Matthew, for doing these assessments with me, and I hope we can see each other again soon.